What up, homeboys? Today I want to showcase you the power of the warrior, the actual power of the warrior, which I think the warrior really starts at level 30, but at level 36 the warrior is perhaps the best DPS in the game already. It doesn't take all the way to level 60. I am showing you this because it is not every day that you get a perfect 4 warrior stack composition here. Now this shaman is not actually a resto shaman, he's a DPS shaman, he's an elemental. We should be fine because he got intellect gear. But we might have to take it a little slower than we should. Just because, you know, he doesn't have the resto talents. He got chain heal though, and that's huge. Level 40 chain heal, the most mana efficient heal in the game. And chain heal is particularly useful in here because everybody's taking damage at the same time. So chain heal is extremely efficient for a melee cleaving run. Now you can get this in the Alliance too. These runs actually work in the Alliance pretty well. Not as well, granted, Wind Fury is freaking huge. But if you can get a Paladin, for example, with Blessing of Kings, 10% stats. That is nothing to sneeze at. It might not be as good as a Wind Fury, but 10% more strength and 10% more agility, that's pretty freaking huge. You can even mix it up. You can get like something that's not as clean of a composition. You can get like a Warlock. Warlocks work pretty good with melee cleave. They can do pretty much everything a warrior does with the Void Walker and the multi-cleaving dots. They can just tap 4 mobs at the same time with dots and then AoE them down. I like warlocks. I take them sometimes. Warriors are ideal, of course. But you, as Alliance, since you don't have shamans, you can take like weirder combinations and it will work. So that's pretty sweet. Now this shaman is more worried about casting chain lightning than healing. That's not a very good sign. But we should be fine. He's still... Bro, you can't chain lightning in this pool. It is 20% of your mana. Holy crap, dude. Role players, I swear to God. Why can't you just be normal and heal? And he's zoomed because he's spamming chain lightning, you know? People are pulling when I got half mana, and now you got 0 because you're chain lightning. Yeah, if only you had a control in the situation. I just can't stand shamans, dude. They are like this every time. They could have played a mage. They could have just been normal and played a mage, but no, you gotta roleplay, bro. Thunders. Don't get me wrong, I feel you. It sucks that class balance in vanilla freaking sucks. I'll give you that. But like, if you know it sucks and you know Elemental Shaman is unplayable, why do you play one? So yeah, I'm gonna make some cheap bandages here. I'm gonna be spamming bandages the entire pool because as you can see, that guy does not believe in preserving mana. Sometimes they do not feel like healing, God bless them. But the gist of the matter is, Sweeping Strikes, it duplicates your auto attack. Or your swing in general, and Wind Fury procs can also be duplicated with Sweeping Strikes. So you can in theory do a Whirlwind and you can get like 4 attacks and you get a Wind Fury proc for that. You get like 8 numbers in the screen. You feel like you're a mage doing Arcane Explosion, bro. Okay, I wanted to pull him back, but should be fine here. Let's see. Okay, that wasn't as big. I seen more numbers flying around, but... You can see there is a lot of numbers flying around, and each one of those hits is my gigantic 200. So that's a lot of damage. We're doing like 200 DPS right now at level 38. Oh yeah, the disarms. So the disarms are particularly annoying here. There is a little trick to get around it. Blacksmiths can make an item that's called the weapon chain, and it makes you immune to disarm. It's an enchant on your weapon basically, but... I am not doing it until I get a Ravager. I am not wasting 5 gold on an enchant on this staff that I'm gonna get rid of as soon as the Ravager drops, you know. I am 2 levels overdue for it. It just doesn't freaking drop. This character is cursed. I got the tabard and everything else. Very well. Ideally, you want to be fighting 4 mobs at the same time. Not more than 4 mobs, but 4 mobs. Because that's the amount of targets that your Whirlwind is gonna hit. You can deal with pretty big pulls at this group, and we have dealt with pretty big pulls in the past. You know, when you get in trouble, it happens. You pull accidentally or something, and you kill them pretty fast, but there is no advantage to pulling more than 4 mobs, so you shouldn't. It's just a waste of mana for the healer. Alright. And the greatest strength of this build, this composition, is that there is no freaking downtime. I mean, if this guy was not Chain Lightning, he would have infinite mana pretty much. We do not take that much damage. We are melee wearers, you know. We are supposed to be taking damage. And since the damage is spread across everybody, there is not violent spikes in damage that are hard to deal with for a healer. So that's also pretty cool. Healers manage to not heal through the damage anyway sometimes because they do not feel like healing. That's gonna be a problem you encounter across all your leveling. People roll healing classes and then they do not wanna heal. They are like, oh, I am a DPS druid. Oh, I wanna do 50 DPS. And then they eventually begrudgingly start healing, and then they are upset that they have to heal, so they take it out on the group and they kill you. They get revenge on the poor class balance of vanilla by just sucking at healing. That's their protest. That's their way of rebelling against the systems, guys. Sucking at healing, that's what druids do. And shamans. But let me assure you, if I were a level 40 shaman, this would be very easy to heal right now. This damage is nothing compared to like a spell cleaving build. You know, like a group full of casters, so annoying to heal those. You know, you blink and people die. Okay, let's pull these guys back. These guys actually can pull everything down here and they are really scary. So we just proc sweeping strikes. Let's do the dance here. And boom. Overpower is also pretty huge. I will tell you the experience per hour I'm getting as I do this. I got an add-on at the end of the dungeon, it tells you how much you got. But it should be pretty high if we don't do something stupid here. Okay, let's see, let's get a big whirlwind here. Oh, look at all those numbers go off, bro. You just nut on the screen when you see that. And we're gonna keep range pulling these guys because they can chain pull pretty easily, and that's really, really dangerous. These Myrmidons, they don't look like much, but when they get low HP, they enrage, and they do a ton of damage. They are really scary. You can disarm them. That's something you can do. It helps a lot. This is one of the few places where I actually use execute, just for these guys. When they are low, you really want to kill them fast. There we go. Gonna bandage a little to save the healer mana. Okay, that wasn't so big. You know, you're just rolling the dice the entire time. But that's Warrior for you. That's the way Warrior is always unleveling. You're just rolling dice. I've always been kidding that I wish they would make like a joke weapon for sword that was like just a sack of dice. That would be the warrior weapon, definitely, or a shaman weapon perhaps. It is not every time that you get the big one, but when you do, oh boy. Okay, we got a bit of a big pull here. I'm gonna ward stomp that Myrmidon down so he doesn't enrage on top of me. That's very dangerous. By the way, in the Discord I got a bunch of macros for the stance dancing. I am basically just using 2 buttons to do my entire rotation right now. I got a button that puts me in battle stance and does sweeping strikes. And then I got a button that does whirlwind for me. And it puts me in berserker stance. So I just gotta cast C and E, and that's my entire rotation pretty much. I also got Overpower here on Q. That's sometimes, if you can get an Overpower off, you definitely wanna get an Overpower off because you're going arms. Let me show you my talents really quick here. I am going arms, and I got the Overpower talent, and that thing is freaking huge. Okay, let's try to pull them back a little here. Because this is a guaranteed crit pretty much. Remember, it's the Myrmidons we are very scared about. Also, this healer actually knows, but you wanna tell the healer to not be in range of the mobs here, in melee range, because they can kick him. And that's nasty. If they kick a spell, he's silenced for 10 seconds. Really good chance you wipe. Okay, we execute that Myrmidon before I get destroyed. Very good. Oh, look at that. He interrupted. Cool Shaman, dude. Very well, I'm gonna bandage that guy to get a little more efficiency here, and we charge. Sweeping strikes. Just love to see it. I messed up there a little bit. You wanna do Whirlwind way more than Cleave. Cleave is nice. Cleave is nice, but Whirlwind is way more freaking damage per rage. It is insane. It is basically a Cleave that doesn't take a swing, and it can hit 4 targets instead of 2. So Whirlwind is a huge power spike for warriors in dungeons. In single target, believe it or not, it is not that big a deal. It is nice, it will make you stronger, but it's not a big deal. In dungeons, it is ginormous. Very good. Now we gotta remember what I said. I got War Stomp, so I'm gonna save it for when the Myrmidon enrages. That's gonna be where it's the most dangerous. Right now. There you go. Stunned. Good stuff. You can disarm them, but I'm lazy. You can definitely disarm them. That is not a bad idea. And I'm gonna show you Herod. Disarm is huge on Herod. That's also one thing that you... Little TLDR, little spoiler. Huge thing to disarm Herod. That guy does a lot of damage. People are not used to seeing that because they come from Soul when you destroy everything. Herod will 2-shot a DPS warrior with a disarm. Just need a little good RNG and you're dead. Very good. Okay, one guy died. Maybe I shouldn't have chased that mob, eh? Okay. Close enough. Close enough. Clean. This Shaman actually knows because we ran with him once before, so I'm not gonna tell him, but you should tell the Shaman, do not drop a totem here, because in this hallway, there is mobs that spawn during the Herald fight, and if you leave a totem in there, they are gonna pull all the way down, and you are freaking dead, okay? There's 4 elites hitting you at the same time as Herald. 0 shot you survive through that with 4 warriors. 0 shot. I am not kidding. You're gonna see the damage. This guy does a lot of damage in Classic Era. Okay, so number 1 thing, always get a disarm on Herod. So I'm gonna just go into defensive stance and I'm gonna disarm him. There we go. And now we just crank him. I'm gonna put 5 Sunders on him. Very good, we got 5 Sunders. If he has disarm on him, he barely hurts. Barely. But if he doesn't, oh boy, you're in deep trouble. Okay, I'm gonna pull defensive stance here. Oh god. Okay, gonna bandage to save mana. Oh, I don't have any bandages now. Oops. Okay, I can bandage myself a little bit here. He does an ungodly amount of damage in melee, guys. It's not a joke. I know I sound like I'm exaggerating it. I am really not. Trust me. Okay, luckily we got a disarm for the last 3%, so this should be pretty safe. There we go. Ravager? God damn it, bro. It's been like 20 runs. I swear to God it never drops. Oof. But yeah, as you can see, this is really fast. And now, of course, the mobs that drop the tabard. I already have it, but it's free stuff here. Just try to do a demoralizing shout so the healer doesn't get destroyed. And before I go, let me look at the experience per hour, okay? Let's take a look at it. 42k, huh? Library is actually faster, would you look at that? And that was a pretty clean run. So yeah, library I was pulling like 52k, believe it or not, because the mobs are super squishy. It's still really good experience, and of course you gotta farm armory for the gear, that's why we're here. So 42k should be about on par with a decent leveling strategy, not like a speedrunner, but I think this is faster than most people questing, that's for sure. And there you go, this is the power of the melee cleaving warrior. Before I go, I am gonna be streaming the leveling on Twitch every day almost, because I got a long way to go to 60, bro. Era is a pain in the butt. Also check out the Discord, I got a channel with all the macros and weak auras you're gonna need, the overpower weak aura, all these stance dancing macros to make everything easier. They are all in the Discord for you. I got a little Wikipedia of stuff there. And subscribe, join the Discord, and thank you for watching.